Hello and welcome back. Right, it is time to grab these. And although I said what I said earlier, there are a couple of things I need to apologise for. Yesterday, when I checked in editing, I realised I'd said a few things that were a little bit. Let's have a look. I'll talk as I go. Right. Yeah, let's grab that one. I said, we won't use this one because it's expensive. Which is true, but at the end of the day, sometimes the time of you as a person for those, look at those. Sometimes your time as a person is a little bit more important than it is for you as a content creator. The other thing, when I was watching back in editing yesterday's recording session, I realised I said I was in the Deutz and I said it's got a low centre. I meant a low centre of gravity, but I didn't finish what I said. Now, I know most people probably know I don't always finish what I say, or I don't always say completely correct. Now, the Anderson trailer is down at the bottom, I know. So we're going to grab these, as we said, but yes, I was literally trying to say that with the tonnage of the Deutz, I couldn't understand why it was tipping forwards. I think the physics are a little bit out, because I personally think I can understand why the 3-tonners, when the back goes off, obviously the 3-ton at the front would tip it forwards, but I can't understand why an 11-ton or nearly 11-ton tractor is tipped when it's got still probably about a ton behind with the empty container, which makes it 12 tons versus 3 tons, plus it's got a low centre of gravity. That's got to be game physics incorrectly done, because there's no way that would ever struggle with that type of weight. I can understand the other ones. The stator was exactly the same, but now that I can't understand it. You know, the weight of that plus the weight of that 3 tons in front. Yes, of course, I understand why that is like so, but certainly not with something like. I mean, this is a beast. This is 14.1 tons. I would imagine this is quite safe, and yet this hasn't got a low centre of gravity, whereas the Deutz is an exceptionally low tractor with a very low centre of gravity. And it's a hefty beast, not much lighter than this, even though it's a medium tractor. And the tractor I mentioned yesterday is the tractor that almost beats Bale Mechanics. It's a HTZ. Okay, I've got it written down because I know HTZ 242K. I checked on the websites. It was manufactured by 3 different companies: Jams, Kamaz, and Deutz AG in Germany. So there are 3 different models, basically. Yes, that was the articulated tractor, very heavy in build on FS19, but when it articulated it would almost roll over the bales, and very rarely would it ever get stuck on a bale. I found it that it's 240 horsepower, so it did make perfect, but it just had a horrible, you could hardly stop the beast. It would take so much stopping. It would always want to run on. That it would, even though with that, it was so good as the baling machine, which I always tend to start with the grass when I was on seasons in FS19. It was my preferred way, but even that, I actually did drop it from my lineup in time because of its stoppiness. And the other bad thing it had, it was so thirsty. Boy, did it drink fuel. Even on low settings for fuel, you were forever filling the beast up. You could almost visibly watch the fuel go down, almost. It was that bad. So for those 2 major deficits I thought, no, I can't cope with this. I mean, I've had, not the Fendt GT, what was that other tractor I had that was a bit, it might be the Fendt GT actually. I couldn't put up with that because everything's got a bad thing. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the Fendt. It was... Oh, the small Sammy, the 100 horsepower, 105 horsepower upgraded Sammy. Now that also was... It wasn't that it was thirsty, it was the fact that it's fuel... I don't know that word right. Fuel tank was so tiny that basically it just... Well, it might have been thirsty as well, but for such a little tractor and such low horsepower, that too was forever running out of fuel or getting low. You'd fill it up one session, next session it was like half empty again or a third left in the tank. So yeah, but I mean, I never stopped using the SAM. It was always it's got a funny 3-point link at the front. It was, yeah, very weird for things like knowing and stuff like that. Yeah, I usually dropped it for. And then I think I found a John Deere. I think there's just one come back into the game now. Can't remember its numbers. It was a very low one. It was 70 horsepower and could be upgraded to 100 horsepower. But boy, was that useful. It was a really cracking tractor, and the Fendt GT, they were always my tractors of choice on the low range to begin for planting, seeding and fertiliser, spreading and spraying, especially at the beginning when I really couldn't afford a dearer tractor. Oh, look at this sunshine, is it not beautiful? Wow, the Quadro is a thing of beauty, as is that Cedar. Yes, now we've got this tractor, it has opened up quite a few doors of opportunity for us. Yes. Right. Let's see if I can miss the post this time. I've not checked the prices because it does yo-yo, and we've got no choice. It'll be either good or it'll be bad. The yo-yo price is only a certain range. Yeah, that's not bad at all. It's not far off what we would normally get for it. Yeah, although this is obviously what I said about the Deutz was okay, trundling along. It's the time. There's only so much time in any play session that you've got to get your jobs done. So I thought, no, it's more important that I get the bales offloaded so we can see. So that's 24. I'm trying to remember how many there are. I think it's just under 70 odd, if I'm honest. Is what I'm thinking. Definitely far less though than I would have expected. I don't know why I expected more, but I think it was second growth stage. So, whereas this is third growth stage again. I did debate on whether we started to get the mowing done, but I think I'm going to probably just have a complete session for that next time, and this might be a quick session of us just taking stock of things, and I might have a proper session where I'm just getting the grass. What I might do is get everything ready for next session, get all of the tractors ready and the courses created and saved. So it will also hopefully be a fairly decent course play sort of training session for people who aren't that familiar with course play. Yeah, because now I am beginning to get to grips with it. The offset I had a look into earlier as well. It's sort of looking at what was mainly said on the old course play settings. Basically, you would sort of guess that it's 1.5 to 2 meters as an offset, and it's basically just stuck in it and seeing and keep creating courses until you're happy, and with your mower you find the perfect or the good enough offset setting, basically. So yeah, for our type of mower, and also those other kind that drag behind that are off-centre, that you would always need an offset on them. Whereas things like the butterfly mower are obviously equal, so they'll always run the course right. Mind you, I say that the course play isn't always getting the width right, and I I don't understand why the creators of course play have done it in feet. I just don't get it. I mean, I myself am a feet and inches and miles person. Definitely, being in Britain, we are not. I mean, I know meters, I know centimetres, I've grown up with it at school, all the rest of it, because obviously of Europe, and we did definitely learn that, but I still think in inches and feet, even though it's been ramped down our throat in Britain that you've got to use centimetres, everything's centimetres and metres and all that now. So I do understand both, so I can converse in both, but I don't understand why, when you know the game creators definitely use meters, why you would create a job for people to have to convert from feet to meters. I just don't get it. Yeah, it just escapes me. Nevertheless, It is what it is. It still is a fantastic tool, but yeah, I still think that is a misnomer, if I'm honest. Definitely. Right, that's 2, so that's 48. Just make sure I don't tell this to upload yet. Set this into transport mode. Using this a bit more, I'm beginning to get to know my buttons a bit better, which is a nice place to be. I'm hoping I've updated my sound drivers. I'm hoping it's a bit funny and a bit tinny, the sound is, on my new gaming laptop. So yeah, I've tried to do some test recordings to make sure my environment sounds and tractor sounds are all at a reasonable level. I do think on my old laptop, my gaming laptop, that the settings were a little on the quiet for the. So I've knocked it up 10% so that you can hear the tractors and the equipment a little bit more than I did have on the last settings. So yes, hoping this time I've got it about right. But yeah, it's the microphones, in my opinion, a little bit tinny. So I've downloaded the proper manufacturer drivers for the Realtek chipset on this laptop, and I'm hoping that makes a bit of a difference. If not, for one session I'll have to dub, just like speak over if it was too quiet. It's not the first time I've had to do that, and it may not be the last, but I'm hoping that it's retained my settings from last time, the volume levels. So I did make sure my microphone was working, but that doesn't tell me that my levels are correct. So I'm hoping they are. It looked okay. The volume range, the recording software I use when you speak into the mic, it shows a bar to see that it's picking up your voice. So I can see that, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee that. Obviously, it's the right volume. So that's 48. I'm trying to tweak my settings. The thing I'm being a little bit critical about, this is true 4K now. I had 4K before, but it was a 4K container. If I'm going to put things in IT terms, a 4K container with 3K settings, but it still would register to most things, including YouTube, as 4K. Whereas this is 4K in a 4K container, so basically true 4K. And you can tell the difference. It really is beastly. Also, it's beastly in size, file size. So yes, it's a bit of a monster. But I am thoroughly. It's definitely much clearer and definitely much higher definition than I'm used to. And I'm hoping to try to get used to sticking in true 4K. I've had to tweak my settings. The one thing I am going to say, the point I was getting around to was, especially time lapses, there's a flickering, and it's actually renowned for this. It's light when you do time lapses. Yeah, there's a sort of slight flickering, which there is a piece of software that works with most of the very high-end, like Adobe Premiere video editing software. I actually use. It's funny, but I have been a content creator now for, I would say, about 8 months, and I have gone through quite a few different studio types and quite a few recording pieces of software. Some of them better than others, some of them good, but not with. But I'm actually using open source recording. I'm using OBS Studio. It's got some fantastic settings, and not because of the price either, because I've actually bought quite a few pieces of recording software. So, but it really is fantastic, and also open source. The best studio I've found to date, and I have downloaded DaVinci Resolve, which is supposed to be the absolute bee's knees. Again, you can get the free edition for most people, but I wasn't that impressed. The shortcut that I use is very high caliber. It's easy to grasp from the softwares that I've come from, and yet has some very high-end it truly is a snip at creating time lapses once you get to grips with the way it does things. Right, let's add this up. So that's 48, 68. So I was right, just 70. 68 bales. Absolutely brilliant. And we only lost 4% on the fence. Excellent. That's well worth using the speediness of this. The Deutz would have been on load 2, I think, by now. So yeah, we're a load ahead. So that's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, that's taken me much less time than I thought it would. Right, so what we've got to do then is we're going to, obviously we always need money. We've got harvest next year, so we've got wages. I also want to buy a header. That is definitely the #1 thing. So we will be getting the loan down, but we should be seeing what money we've got left after we have bought the header and we've got through all the incidental and wages costs for the next couple of months. So yeah, whatever we've got left, oops, let's put that there. Right, yeah, whatever we've got left we will take off the loan, or we will wait till truly we've got our oil products going. I still do. I am just going to mention this again. I would love it if someone would comment on what they think about me buying the other oils in. Now there's that new production type thing for buying oils in. I think that's, I truly do. I've always thought that, but with this being No Man's Land, I wanted it to be about our. But then I thought, yeah, that's all right. But if you bought a massive factory like this, you definitely want to use it to its full. Now, let's grab the stable. We're going to get everything ready and all courses ready. We're going to try to, yeah, in fact, actually, yeah, let's do a bit of, yeah, actually, I always forget how long these fields are. Let's grab the stable. Let's enter that. Right. We're going to make a couple of courses. We'll delete the existing one and we're going to just do up and down lines, basically, just to see if we can get the offset worked out. Now then. I can't remember. I have seen, I think I've left it in the store, haven't I? Oh, let's also. Oh, I've not got my side panel switched on. It feels so wrong not to have that plugged in. I'm going to have to switch that a bit. This session looks tough. So it's more about getting everything ready for the cutting of the grass, but we will do this testing definitely. I'd like to get the courses all set so we can literally. Obviously, we've got the new windrower. In fact, yes, we have. Right, let's. Yeah, there's only so much I can take. Alright, let's grab the Deutz. And then we don't enter it. I want to set destination to the shop. Hang on a minute. No. I want the Deutz. Set destination. Right. Okay. I don't know. Right, we're going to get this to. Well, actually, no, thinking about it, I'll tell you what I am going to do though. I'm going to grab the. Well, did I repair that? I'm not sure if I did, but if we can at least run this back. We'll grab the. Whoa. Yeah, we did. Okay, I'm going to let go of it now. Yeah, we'll get the Swadro repaired as well because we're going to need that in this session. We'll get the course ready for that and we'll delete the old 9.4. I need Alexa to work that out for me. Well, it's the easiest way to do it. I promise I'll take my headset off as I'm doing it though. Right. Smashing. Let's wait for the worker's completed his task. Jobby. Thinking about this, we should move this. Brilliant. That's fantastic. Now you can leave that running as long as you're not in it. I will get to grips with Knots Keep. Right, just zoom in a little. We won't do the Great Plains for now. We're only going to repair what we need to repair to get the job done. Wow, we need to repair the Deutz as well. I didn't realise. And then the Squadron. What is the damage? Ooh, 56 yellow. Wow, look at this beast. Fantastic bit of kit. Absolutely monstrous. And whenever I get out on the right hand side. Great Plains Theatre is not far behind. So we have to block it. Right, let's set him going. Let's set him. Destination. Do you two over there? And we shall grab. Oh, the staver that someone's abandoned. Mr. Smith. No, that was always my intention to go and fetch it afterwards. Right, so let's get the theme all ready. Now, we don't need ever to set this. This is mainly about... Yeah, so we're pushing against the edge of the map. Just, yeah. Yeah, we'll run this to the top of the field, so it's out of the way. Eventually, I would like to extend this field because there is quite a bit at the top. Quite a few feet past that first tree, almost those second trees. It's still our land. We're still a good mind to split this into two, but just not yet. Yeah, because this end is really quite a good square. Right, let's go grab. All my life, we'll pretend we didn't see the worker going across our field with that. Gordon Bennett. Right, one thing I am going to do is stay is ditched. We're going to grab the mowers and we are going to get some, get them, I won't say washed, I should get them hosed down with the fantastic. That's that in place. On. I do love this, the Steyr and the Coon, the colours are almost identical. It does match, the same as so does the red and white harvester, which name at this precise moment is escaping me. The Russellmash is the one. Yeah, I've been struggling with my name brain all day today. Right, fantastic. We'll go down. That is going to make... We are going to have to do quite a lot of mowing before we send the Quadro out though, because obviously that is going to make sure work of windrowing that field. And the windrows are going to be quite large. And anyway, to the, yeah, let's go to the right place, Mr. Smith. Right, what did that need doing? The same as actually washing, so that's the slow does a good job, especially when it's that mucky. I always find it's the windows, they're the first, unless you get it perfect, you've still got little bits of muck on the bottom of your windows. That's what I look for to see that I've really got it clean. So I like a lot better, nearly there, nearly pristine one. Like about that. Smash it. Now then, so let's try and do a little bit of up and down work. Oh, it's done that thing again. Oh, it's alright, it's gone. When the messages go funny and stay on screen, but it has actually cancelled out. I had that with the refillable pallets the other day, and I had to sell my pallets to get rid of them. Right, now it does seem to prefer setting a course from the far end of the field. Don't ask me why, but I always take it seriously with course play when it likes something a certain way. So we're going to set it up with no headland. This is just an up and down test, just to see if we can get the offset correct. And we're going to test it, I'm going to say 1.75 meters offset. Okay, right, course. So we need courses, 58.4 meter. Oh, no, 8.4 windrower. Let's delete that. Change mode. Delete entry. Activate. Absolutely. Now we need to go to course creation. Create job. Now, we just told you to clear. So why did you still have that course? Right, create job. Course play. Fieldwork. And it has got us ticked. That's brilliant. So open course generator. We don't want any headlands because we're just doing up and down. It's definitely not 10.2 feet. It was 27.4 meters. It's 20. 1 second. Alexa, what is 7.4 meters in feet?
7.4 meters is about 24 feet 4 inches.
Brilliant. 24.4. Very useful bit of kit. 24.4. Let's see what we can get it as close to. Yeah, 24.3. We're not going to get any closer. Down smooth, headlands non-clockwise, overlap of 10%. Now this is where we need, I think it's on the next. Yeah, it is. We need to do an offset. Is it this one? I think it is this one. Ridge markers, symmetric. Speeds, symmetric vehicle convoy. Reverse turn speeds. Load, offset. So now it's horizontal, isn't it? So now then I've got to think this is a minus. We want 0.75 meters, which is 6 foot. This is a guesstimate anyway. We're going to have to see whether this is right. It's actually more like 7. So we'll try that. And then we'll go back to the course. Create job. Oh, I hate the way it actually does that. Right, it's on us. That's brilliant. Open course generator. 24.3 feet. Generate. Oh wow, such weird. Save the course. Oh no, we don't want to save the course actually. We really don't. Right, we want to start the job and let's have a look at what the turnarounds are like. That's what we need to look at. In fact, yeah, let's also turn the lines on because we need to see that for once. All. Okay. Yeah, what we're looking for is obviously when you go up, it's hitting the edge of the field. Never going to get there. Never going to get there. Stop. Yeah, this is definitely true. The only bad thing is about doing this is it always insists on doing its little twiddle where it goes around. So I'm not sure this is going to like this. Let's try and reverse. I don't think we're going to be able to do this like this without reconfiguring the course. Oh, it's way too close. Okay, I don't think this is going to work. I'm not going to faff around either, not if this is not going to work, because it's going to be too awkward. So, create job, it is first waypoint, target position. I think that's going to do its twiddle. Excellent, so what we're looking for, wow, it's going to hit the tree. Well, it's got to come down anyway. So, because it's too close to the, maybe. Okay. I don't know. Okay, let's try that. Let's just try and jump out there and see if it was because it was touching the mower. It's ever so funny about objects touching. No, it doesn't look like it has anything to do with that. Oh, wow. Certainly not liking that. It's not detecting that at all. Okay, right. Nothing I can do then. Let's go back. Create job again. This is a bit of deja vu. Oh, it's actually on us. And in the right place. So, let's have a look. See, it's all about the offset when it turns around and then goes back up to see if we've actually got the offset correct. Yeah, so I'm surprised you're not cut it. Still hitting that. Now, you know, sometimes they do the peculiarest things. Let's see. It is horizontal as well, isn't it? Not vertical, I'm sure it is. Right, let's see. I think it's going to hit that tree trunk. Oh, we did, but it didn't do anything, that's alright. No, I'm not sure he's going to be able to turn without hitting the edge of the field. Yeah. No, he's not. Okay. It's a shame. We could do one headland though, that would work. I'm certainly glad we're not. Yeah, I'm actually just about out of time. I'm going to quit there while I'm ahead. I think we will have a go at this properly. Sure, I didn't look too bad. We'll have another go at this, but right this very minute, have got time to actually do this. I've literally run out of play session time, but we've done we've done well. We did all the bales. We will get this right so that we can, once we've set the offsets correct, going forwards we'll save the course for this field and jobs are good and we'll be literally ready to rock and roll. So anyway, next session we are going to get on with grass cutting and hopefully this should be a bumper, one of the big ones again, because this is max. We did everything. We rolled, we fertilized completely, and this is third grade stage, so we should literally be back to our 100 and something bales on this, which is absolutely amazing. Anyway, without any further waffling and ado, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you're going to continue with me on this journey. Things are just beginning to get quite exciting. We've got some fantastic equipment to use. Cannot wait to plant that field with that 18-meter planter. That is absolutely, I'm so looking forward to doing that. I mean, I know our 9-meter was good, but it's going to be done in much quicker, much speedier than ever before, and also without running backwards and forwards to capture seeds all the time. So we'll do it in one hit, which will be amazing. We've obviously got the is it the I keep saying quadro. Is it quadro or squadro? Let's have a look. You know, sometimes I make things up as I go along, and I'm sure windrowers. Swadro, not quadro. Swadro, yes. At the back of my mind, that was obviously telling me that's not right. So it's the Swadro, yes. I said it was one of my favourites. It is. But as I said, my word brain sometimes gets the better of me. Right, so yes, I would imagine that's going to make a snippet. But I say the windrows, we're going to be making bales ever so quickly. So everything is going to be, well, baling's going to be no quicker. That's going to be a lot of bales, but we're going to go a few feet bale, a few feet bale. They are going to be massive windrows. Anyway, without any further ado, that's what we've got to look forward to next time. A bit of course play where we get that right, hopefully, and cutting, windrowing, baling. Fantastic. So, looking forward to doing that. I shall say my customary goodbyes and hope you're with me. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.